Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the next 6 months. This is going to be from really whenever you watch it until the end of the year. And we are just going to see what wants to come up for you from now until the end of the year. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what is going on for you for the next 6 months here, Leo. But Leo, we're using the Tarot of the Mystical Moments, by the way. So if you're wondering what deck we're using, that's what we're using. But Leo, let's see here. We'll take both. Why not? And yeah, this is like a pretty nice reading, I would say, for you, Leo. Definitely maybe some like warnings here, but I really feel like the warning that I'm getting here in this middle row is just saying don't rush anything. You have the Hangman. You have this All That Glitters card, basically, and it just says all that glitters might not be gold. It says do your research. And you have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords says do not rush, right? So, if you're thinking about doing something or purchasing something with the Eight of Pentacles here, I would like get a second opinion, don't rush, take your time, all those other good things as well. You start off with this Enlightenment card. I feel like you're becoming enlightened to something here, but it's probably, I feel like saying control of money. And so some of you could be becoming enlightened to the way that money controls your life or something along those lines. I would say this is a positive message because you have the King of Pentacles. It's like you're doing things to, change your financial situation or to create more abundance in your life. King of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles to the Empress. Really nice. I mean, that Empress is like total abundance and success coming in for you, so I definitely like to see that for you here, Leo. You have the King of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands here. I feel like you're a little bit kind of more nervous financially. I do feel like this is mostly a financial row here, Leo, this first row. And I feel like you're a little bit financially, like, not fearful. I feel more hesitant is what I would say with this energy. And I would be very careful, of missing out on something is kind of what I'm getting here in this first row. It's like there could be a good work opportunity, but maybe because of past experiences, it's like you're kind of too worried with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Wands is a card of perseverance. It really says try again. Even going this way, you have the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, to the Page of Cups, which could be like a new job, new business, or starting something new. So don't be afraid to, start something new, anything financially. Again, even if you're retired, you could be like investing, you could be doing anything, really. I mean, retired people can still make money. So, it doesn't really matter what you're doing. But what I would say is like, I feel that you have had a lot of past experiences that make you nervous financially. It's kind of like the message I'm getting here. So I feel like there's a need for you to, try new things financially, especially like in work or business. And I also feel like there could be like an opportunity coming in for you, something that's going to make you very happy. Judgment. I'm getting something about children here, just so you know. So for some of you, for some of you, if you have a child, this could be involving a child. And what I mean by that is like you could have adult children, or you could have children who are, maybe in their teens that want to start a business or something. I don't know. I'm getting some weird message where it's like you could be working with one of your children, or you could be starting a business with one of your children, or getting involved in a business that they're involved in. It would be very good for you. That's what I'm getting here in this row. Even if you don't have children, doesn't matter. Again, I feel like some of you could just be having an opportunity here. Yeah, you have the Ten of Swords, needing to leave behind all these worries and fears. Ten of Swords is a card of overkill. It's a card of something being dead, done, over with. To me, it's kind of like saying, like, stop punishing yourself for past financial mistakes. Magician, total new beginning for you financially. Magician says you really need to be very careful. It's funny, the way I place these clarifying cards, the Magician is pointing this way. He's pointing towards the Eight of Pentacles, which basically says get to work, right? The Magician is a new beginning. And it's also part of your vibrations as well. So I would be very careful of your vibes. I would keep it positive here, Leo. Yeah, you have the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Pentacles twice here. Queen of Pentacles to me says you have all the resources necessary to be successful at this time. I mean, I could go on for hours and hours and hours talking about like how to find resources here, Leo, but I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe you want to start something new, like a new business, new job, or maybe you want to move. That could also be financial. Queen of Pentacles says you have the resources to do that. And you could be saying to me right now, you could be saying, I don't have the money. I don't have the resources. Queen of Pentacles says you do. And it's like not maybe money, but you could have some sort of talent, hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability, magician, that could make you money. Eight of Pentacles. You could be, you could have something for sale, or you could have something like in your attic that you could sell. You could have something in your garage that you could sell that would give you the money to be able to do something. So Queen of Pentacles doesn't say it's going to be easy. It just says you have the resources to be able to do it. I think of like when I moved to Seattle like 3-4 years ago, whatever that was. I don't remember now, but I sold my car to be able to move to Seattle. So like I said, did I want to sell it? Not necessarily, but I also didn't really need it. So like I said, you have the resources to do something here that you desire to do. You're gonna have to look for those resources, especially if you're starting like a new business, new job, or if you're moving, doing something like that. I am getting like for a lot of you financially as well, I do feel like for those of you who are like part of the gig economy, like if you work in like with DoorDash or like Uber or any of those things, I feel like things are going to go really well for you. Not only the next 6 months, but I feel like into the future as well. And I feel like there are going to be other things that you're going to be doing as well that are like similar to that. If you do that, like if you're like a consultant or if you work on contract, I'm getting like really good vibes off this first row, even with that 10 of Swords. I feel like for some of you, there could be like random projects coming at you. So love it. In your middle row here, you have the All That Glitters card here. It kind of is a card that says there is like a harsh reality to all things, and that's really the words that I'm getting for you. It's kind of a card that says all that glitters is not gold. It's a card that's, there's a mask on the gold on these cards. It's kind of like saying that you might be, like, I feel like you could be a little bit over exaggerating something. So I do feel there's like a need for you to keep your head on straight, especially financially. Like I said, the feeling I have here is that things are going to go very well for you financially. But I would just make sure that you're not rushing, that you're not making hasty decisions with your finances. So, balance basically is what this is saying to me. You have the Hangman, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Second opinion, again. If you're spending large amounts of money on like a house or buying a car or something like that, I would get a second opinion with the Knight of Swords. If someone tells you that you need to spend a lot of money on something like a house, your plumbing, a car, a washer, dryer, a stove, an oven, I don't care what it is. If you have like an expert coming into your life over the next 6 months who tells you need to spend a bunch of money on X, Y, and Z, the Knight of Swords to me is my second opinion card. And, with the All That Glitters card, and with the Hangman, the thing is that the person might not be lying to you. Like you might have a person who's like, oh, you have to spend all this money on your car. To me, with the Hangman, it's how they look at it. And so for some of you, there might just be a person who just knows something that your main person doesn't, right? Like if you're getting your car fixed, there might be a person who says, oh, this is going to cost $1 billion. But there might be another person who's like, no, I can do this for $1, because they just have better knowledge. They just have better wisdom. So it's not like somebody's trying to trick you here necessarily. I just think that if something feels a little bit expensive to you, definitely popped into my head at the beginning of the reading. No matter what it is, I would get a second opinion here. Because again, there could just be things that are going on. I do feel like it would be a good time for you. I'm getting a lot of messages on this middle row. I feel like it would be a good time for you to have like some maybe, like I wouldn't say mentors, but maybe some people in your life who you can bounce ideas off of, because I do like feel a very enthusiastic energy here, Leo, in this middle row, where things could be going really well and things could be improving in your life. But sometimes when we have that like over enthusiasm, then it's kind of like we need to be brought back down to earth just to make sure we're not making mistakes or rushing or anything like that. So you definitely don't want any, balance. Again, you definitely don't want any haters in your life, but I feel like you could be like dreaming. You could be having wild ideas for the rest of the year and into next year as well, I'm getting. So not even just the next 6 months. And I feel like you, like having a person or people in your life who can kind of keep you focused, keep you on track would be very beneficial with this energy, because it will make you very successful. Eight of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. So there's definitely a lot of success coming in for you. For others, Hangman, again, I feel like just anything you're doing, in your life, I would just try to gain a new perspective. I do feel like there could be love coming in for you here in this middle row as well, but let's take a look at that. You have the King of Swords here. You have the Nine of Swords, worried about money. Like I said, get out of your head as far as the finances are concerned. And the Sun, a lot of happiness coming in for you, Leo, and your card. I do feel like for some of you, there could be a person coming in for you who will make you very happy. Probably an air sign if you're looking for love. I feel like, the Nine of Swords twice here. Like I said, we're like very worried about finances. And these are past worries because of your past experiences with money, especially with that Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is a bad card, but it's a card that says something is dead, done, over with. And this is your past position, by the way. It's like you're carrying forward past financial worries, and I feel like it's affecting you today. So I would just be careful of that. Like I always say, Nine of Swords is my card that says no stinking thinking. It says you need to get out of your head, and you need to keep it positive. Literally, look at this. Right here, this row right here, Nine of Swords twice, Eight of Pentacles. Then you have the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles, like worries and fears about your finances. So, I would get away from this energy and move towards this. Queen of Pentacles, being resourceful, Nine of Wands, not giving up. The Sun with the Knight of Swords, literally saying, if you keep it positive, things will move forward quickly towards the Empress. Like this bottom row, plain and simple, is your answer. Get away from the head energy of like constantly worrying about things, constantly fearing things as well. Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, which we'll talk about in a minute. And again, like I said, get a second opinion if you're dealing with anything, because it might not be true, right? It's a Seven of Swords. So I'd be careful of being taken advantage of financially this year, for sure. But if you focus down here, and if you tap into your resources, if you don't rush, if you keep it positive, then Empress, major success coming in for you here, Leo, and abundance. Love it. Amazing reading. I do feel like I do get like something about communication with a person in love here. I get a lot of questions about love is what I would say to you. If you're dealing with a new person, or if you have a new person coming in, there are a lot of questions that you have about this person. Like the main question I'm getting is like, what are you willing to tolerate? And number one, I don't think we should be in relationships where we are tolerating the person, right? We should be with a person who, are there certain things that, nobody's perfect, right? So, there's always something that we're going to have to kind of like deal with a person. But if you're constantly having to tolerate things, I would be careful of that. Next, you have the Judgment card here. It's like your inner calling, inner voice. I feel like there's good news coming in for you here with the Judgment card as well, so I really like to see that. I feel like you're waking up to an opportunity here with the Page of Cups right off the bat. So there's some sort of opportunity that feels a little bit like a dream, feels a little bit uncertain at this time. But you have the Page of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Empress here. The Seven of Swords is, a card of lying, cheating, stealing. Some of you, of course, could have dealt with that. Again, I always say this is not Days of Our Lives tarot, so it's like, every reader and their mother reads the Seven of Swords as lying, cheating, stealing, and that's what it represents. Don't get me wrong, right? But it's like, you've heard it enough times, Leo, is my point. So, that's what I'd say there. The Seven of Swords, to me, can represent trying to make things perfect in your life. On a traditional Seven of Swords, there's a guy who's stealing seven swords from a military that is behind him, but he can't carry all the swords. It kind of like says that you cannot wait for a perfect moment. You cannot make your circumstances ever like 1,000% perfect, right? Sometimes you just have to take a risk. Sometimes you just have to do something. It's also a card of being a lone wolf. And you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Literally could be saying, don't try to do things on your own. There could be great opportunities for you to be extremely successful or more successful over the next 6 months, but you need to do things with, help from people. And I always tell people, it's like, you could live in the middle of nowhere and still get help from people. You could, you could be getting help online. Plenty of people have online businesses where they help people. You could be watching YouTube videos of your mentors. That is help, right? So there are a lot of opportunities for you to kind of like open up to the ideas of other people, to help from other people. I also feel there could be love coming in for you here. Too many questions though. If you have a person coming in and you have a lot of questions about that person, I kind of feel like that's a clue here. The Empress really tells me you're in a good position as far as love is concerned. It's kind of like saying that you're on a pedestal, that you have a lot more options than you realize. So I do feel if you're looking for love, like I wouldn't like rush into this person here. The whole reading is basically saying don't rush, right? It's a good reading, I would say, because you're moving towards something good, but I would say don't rush into anything, especially love, because again, and especially if you have questions, it's like you could be getting someone who it's like they come in a good wrapper, but I feel like on the inside they're just full of shit, basically here, Leo, for lack of a better term, right? So I would be careful of a person where you have a lot of questions about them. Definitely new love coming in though. Really, I feel multiple love opportunities for you that you're attracting into your life. So it's going to be a choice basically. But this is pretty good. I feel like and again, for some of you, I keep getting this. Look at how crazy is this? Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck here as well. Page of Swords, a card of children. And so again, I do feel for some of you, you could be getting involved in a business, kind of like with if you have like an adult child or or even like a teenager or something like that. It could be anything. There could be like a business you're getting involved with. You have the Five of Pentacles here. Trust your intuition as well. You have the Ten of Wands here. And the King of Wands, yep, very bold, very assertive at this time. I feel like you need to be bold and assertive. The Five of Pentacles, again, more worries and fears. It's kind of like an energy of being, like I feel like you are fearing being left out in the cold. It's also a card that says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. The Ten of Wands. This guy is carrying all these wands on his own. Literally, this right here to me is saying, don't try to do things on your own. Ask people for help, right? Like I said earlier. The Empress with the King of Wands. Like, I feel someone's very attracted to you, but I also feel like it's you. It's kind of like you are at this place of protection here, Leo. I kind of want to see where this is going because Ace Wands, major new beginning. It's crazy. You're like the second sign where I've clarified where I have done an extra row, and the Ace of Wands has come up. So definitely a major new beginning coming in for you. The Sun, total happiness coming in for you here as well. In the World, are you kidding me? Like a major birth. The World, to me, is a card of birth. It is a card of completion. It says you're ending a cycle here. Could be painful. Could be painful with the World card. But damn, Leo, that is a good last row. There's definitely a new beginning coming in for you and probably a lot of happiness as well. Ace of Swords, major victory coming in for you here. The Temperance card, patience. Temperance is tied to this hangman, I feel. I feel like the hangman with that temperance card in this reading is saying you have the ability to control your reality at this time, so do it. And you have the Queen of Swords. Things are becoming clear. In a lot of ways, I feel like this is saying if you can let go of your fears, you will be very successful over the next 6 months. So I would let go of those past worries, past fears. And, I feel like it's the fears that are preventing you from being successful. So I would definitely let those go. But I love this. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Leo, and definitely enjoy the next 6 months.